What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my review of these cool Subnado water scooters from Waydoo. Now, as most of you know, it's winter around the United States and it's not the best time to go swimming or diving where I can actually use these devices. Now for that reason alone, I am looking forward to our upcoming cruise to the Caribbean where I'll get to actually use these devices. Now unfortunately, it's probably also a little cold in the water around the Caribbean as well, so I'll probably only get very limited time using these scooters. So I'll probably be doing a two-part video where I initially review these and then do a follow-up video when it's a little warmer, reviewing these in detail. So by the time you see this video, I'll probably be back from my cruise and I'll be able to talk a little bit more about these water scooter devices and also have a better idea of how well they work and if they're good or not. And I'll definitely share my initial opinions and review with you. Now, because I love to swim and also dive, I was super excited when Waydoo reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to test these out. It's unfortunate though that the timing that I got these happened to coincide with winter, but I will be using these across a number of different videos in the future, so I'll definitely get the opportunity to share with you what I think about these and if I like them or not. Anyways, stay tuned and we'll check these things out and talk a little bit more about them. Now, when you think about the word scooter, these propeller devices are not what typically come to mind. But these are underwater devices and they are supposed to help propel you through the water, so I guess that's where the name comes from. Now, you may have noticed sitting in front of me, Waydoo did send me a twin engine set of their Subnado underwater scooters and a few accessories. Now, each individual underwater scooter retails for about $499 with a 2-pack costing around $998. Now, if you do decide to purchase the accessory bundles, they can range from $828 for a single engine, which comes with an accessory box, to around $1,280 for a dual twin engine accessory box. Then there's also other customizable configurations which cost different amounts. So you do have several different options to choose from. Now, currently you can get 20% off instantly by using the code Waydoo20 on any order and configuration along with free shipping. Now, according to Waydoo, these are perfect for any aquatic adventure, whether you're diving or snorkeling, or just taking them along on a vacation or any family fun activities seaside or at the pool. And that's something that I'm going to test out in this video along with how well these things work. Now, another problem that I ran into was by the time that I left for my cruise, I had only received the 2 scooters and a few accessories due to a FedEx mix-up. Now, what that meant was that I had to MacGyver and custom rig a setup that I could use for the dual engines, which was a challenge on its own. Well, finally, after a few hours of tinkering, I ended up figuring out a way to connect both of these engines to a bracket that was included and intended for a paddleboard, so that I could use it as a handle to hold both engines at the same time. Now the challenge was finding screws that worked with both the bracket and the engines themselves, but I eventually found a solution. Now I was also lucky that the package did include a dual engine finger controller, which allowed me to control both engines with one finger trigger. Now from a specs perspective, each scooter does allow for approximately 56 minutes of ride time when fully charged. And each scooter does have a top speed of 1.4 meters per second, which doesn't sound like much, but it actually is a lot. Now, as you can see, each scooter has a small compact design, which makes it portable and gives you the capability to take it pretty much anywhere. Now, for my trip, packing these was simple, and I pretty much just put each of these scooters in each one of my backpack's drink holders. Now when it came to the accessories, the cables, and even the mounting plates, I just put them inside my backpack. So very portable. Now when it comes to mounting and dismounting the scooters, that is also super easy, especially because each scooter is equipped with a quick release mounting system, which works with a large variety of adapters. Now for this video, I didn't get any of those other mounting options. However, they do have accessories where you can mount these to your legs and your arms, which frees up your hands underwater. And then there's mounts for different objects such as surfboards, scuba tanks, paddle boards, and other water-related crafts and accessories. So just a lot of different options for mounting these scooters. Now, in addition to that, there are also mounts for you to connect different devices and accessories to each of the scooters themselves, such as handlebars, cameras, and even GoPro attachments, lights, and other accessories. Now, from a build standpoint, each unit has a good weight to them and is crafted and built using EPP foam, which is reinforced with some very durable aluminum alloy and hard form plastic. The scooters are rated IP68 certified, and they do have a durability that allows you to not only go fast underwater, but also down to a maximum diving depth of 60 meters, which is great for scuba divers. Now, during our cruise, I didn't get to go diving because we didn't book that excursion ahead of time, but that's definitely something that I want to test these scooters on in a follow-up video, especially during a current dive where I typically find it difficult to maneuver against the current when needed. Now, when it comes to build quality and value, Waydoo designed these scooters using extensive research and computational fluid dynamic simulations in order to come up with a design that was both efficient and powerful enough to fit in this small design. In fact, I think these are still the smallest underwater scooters available on the market. Now, unlike other underwater propellant devices, this scooter from Waydoo uses a 4-blade assembly propeller that's 23% more efficient than traditional 3-blade propellers. Now that allows you to displace and move a lot more water through this system, giving you a surge of speed. Now that power and displacement of water can be seen in this example above water, where I'm displacing a lot of ocean water. And then it's also something that I definitely felt when using it underwater. These scooters are powerful enough to propel you, but not enough to just rocket out of your hands. And then on top of that, you've also got 3 adjustable speed modes, which allows you to adjust for different scenarios and for different people. Now, on my cruise, I was able to test these things out in both the ocean and at the pool, and they worked flawlessly in both scenarios, even though I had to fasten them together using a makeshift solution. So as you can see in some of the examples, I moved effortlessly through the water in both the ocean and the pool, and they were excellent to use and they worked flawlessly. And not only do these work very well, but they're also fun to use. In fact, when using it in the pool, I ended up having a line of kids who ended up wanting to use them and test them out for themselves. And then even some of their parents of the children's started to line up because they saw how much fun their kids were having. This is not only a great gift for professional use, but also personal use as well, as a testament from all the people that wanted to play with these things when I was on my cruise. Now, if you decide you don't want to spend all that money for the accessories, you can still just buy the base unit itself. In fact, several of the kids who played around with these just grabbed onto the middle base of the units themselves and propelled themselves across and around the pool. Now, this also brings me to the topic of safety. The scooters are incredibly safe for anyone to use, and also they have a propeller design that's specifically geared to prevent children from getting their fingers stuck in the propeller system itself. Each of the propellers is surrounded by a propeller shield that allows water to flow through, but prevents fingers from accidentally getting into or anywhere near the propellers themselves. So there definitely was safety in mind when they built this scooter. Now, another feature that is built into each scooter is the ability for the device to serve as a portable charging battery bank as well. Built into each one of these scooters is a 2-way battery that not only powers the scooter, but can also be used to charge other devices as well. And because it does use USB-C, not only can it charge the Subnato from 0 to 100% in 1.2 hours, but it can also allow for up to 100 watts of power output to quick charge any other device and accessory that you attach to this thing. Now, in addition to all of that, I also do like the way that the controls are designed for this underwater scooter. The finger unit fits ergonomically and perfectly in your hands around your finger so that it's not intrusive or difficult to use. It's very natural and works well with the other accessories to make it feel natural. Now, as I was browsing through Waydoo's website for additional accessories that I could potentially buy for these underwater water scooters, apparently Waydoo is always experimenting with additional use cases, one of which is a water cannon. Apparently with the right attachment and accessory, which is available on Waydoo's website, you can turn these underwater scooters into these water cannons so that you can fire large amounts of water at people or anything at all. Now that's something that I'll have to buy later and try out. And because these do have a number of different applications and a number of different options for mounting, there is absolutely no end to the different use cases that you can use these underwater scooters for. Now I thoroughly enjoyed playing around with these things during my cruise and excursions. And based on the long line of kids and people that I met, it seems like they also enjoyed these as well. In fact, they enjoyed them so much that on one excursion, I didn't even get to use them because adults and children alone kept taking turns using these. Now, overall, $500 does seem like a lot, but for what you get and with the quality that these are built, I do think it's a very reasonable price and definitely worth it if you're a scuba diver, a surfer, or if you just like paddleboarding or swimming or any kind of water activity. You'll definitely get your money's worth using these things, and at 20% off, it's even a sweeter deal. Now, I was going to end the video there, but after I got back from my cruise, I did have another box from Waydoo waiting for me that had the remaining accessories. So what I've got here is the inflatable paddleboard, a set of oar paddles, and then they also sent me a twin engine handle, which I'm super excited to use instead of that makeshift bracket that I had that I put together for the cruise, which was intended for mounting the scooters to a surfboard or canoe. And then of course there's a pump to inflate the paddleboard, as well as a 15-liter waterproof dry bag for transporting the two scooters and all of these accessories around. Now, since it is the dead of winter and because I'm not going on my next cruise until about February, you can expect that I will be creating a follow-up video to test out all these additional accessories and maybe some others that I also may purchase between now and then. Anyways, I do hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Again, if you want one of these Subnado underwater scooters, or maybe even a couple of them with accessories, I'll leave a link to where you can buy them along with the 20% off code in the description section below. I'm pretty positive that any of you that buys one or even more of these will have the time of your life using them. They work great, they're durable, and they're well worth the money. I'd highly recommend these Waydoo underwater scooters without a doubt. And as usual, I'd appreciate it if you'd support this channel by subscribing and liking this video. Please also make sure you ring that notification bell icon to get notified when I post a follow-up video for this or other content. Until next time, see ya.